Hi, my name is Ken Anderson. I wrote a Microbiome prescription website, and this is the first of a new series of videos which are very site specific and which will be much shorter in scope than many of my analysis videos, which would often go on for up to an hour each. So first thing is, many pages, in fact in time all pages, will have a video walkthrough of the page you're on. Takes time to write them, so be patient. Okay, so this is the profile page, which is the replacement for the original menus. The old menus are still there, but the mobile profile page has been reorganized to be closer to how many people think or want to work. So it's basically an attempt to be more user-friendly. So what we have is what you find is a series of floating boxes on there. I say floating because if I go and make the site smaller, things will simply move around automatically. This was done intentionally because people were using the site heavily on phones or tablets, and freaking my width was uncomfortable. So right now I have set it with a maximum width about 500 pixels, which should hopefully work for most phones. If not, I can reduce it more. And basically they are there. The sequence will bounce back and forth. This page consists of a couple of things. First, visualization, which are seeing things as graphs. Next is special reports for MD, download your sample, targeted suggestions, and we have the Kyoto Encyclopedia of Gene Genomics suggestions here, and then we have targeted suggestions, which is two ways which are not building up a aggregation of suggestions, but are going in very focused to specific items. Okay, let's quickly walk through. So let's hop in and out of each page. Microbiome tree basically shows the structure of the bacteria, which belongs to which, for example, Photobacteria has gamma bacteria in it, and this particular thing. If you just saw that name by itself, you probably have no idea of where it is. This will show everything there. So if you on this page you want to find something, just do a Control F, which hopefully will take you down to wherever you are wanting and go from there. And I'm going to pop out of there. So you can go and see whatever, and you can just go down, and that's it. I'll explain the page on a separate video. Now if you go back, next one is a pie chart by bacteria rank. So it shows breakdowns, etc., and you can go and change it to genus breakdown to see what genuses you have. And there we have. I noticed it was real fast in changing it. You can change your sample here to a different sample, and you can see what the difference is, and then you can go back to genus to see what it is. So it's basically visual eye candy is how I would like to describe it. It doesn't help greatly for understanding what's going on. For a few people it will, but for most people it won't. And then chrono chart, which is just lovely piece of thing. So you can go in and you can click on one level and do a breakdown here, and you can drill down and drill up to your heart's content. Again, it's pretty eye candy, shows you all sorts of things, but seeing the name and the percentage for most people will not buy you any improvement of your health. It's just informational. It's eye candy. Okay, special reports for MD is specifically to help MDs or help you negotiate with MDs. And what I will do is give you a list of things with positive or negative benefit. And this is the benefit not for whatever treatment the MD is treating for. There's an estimated positive or negative benefit to your microbiome from doing it. Is this one going to, as a side effect, improve your microbiome or possibly make it worse? So this is for antibiotics, and then we have the next one, which is basically for drugs. For example, statins or drugs dealing with diabetes, etc. You should find it in there and the rank order, and just do a page search, Control F, most people, and type the name, and you can find hopefully somewhere in there what you're taking. The list is not 100% complete. It is what we have data on that I've been able to locate. Download the samples basically is a way of getting the data down. There's a variety of formats. If you do, that should not have gone there. That should have sent something right there. Oh, right. Sorry, it is the right page. It goes and asks you what data you want to have included, and the layout of the file is going to be anywhere force layout which is supported. Targeted suggestions is designed so that if you go in and you want to consider something, you can go in, take a look. It will go, you can look it up, you can see where the quick benefits are, and search for more items and see whether or not very quickly at the top level, using very coarse rules, whether or not it's likely to help or not help. And this is mainly the case where something doesn't show up on your top 30 lists for the microbiome sample. It's somewhere way down there, and this will simply give it. Now we have this video here, and this video will probably disappear and be replaced as on the other page with a little video icon at the top, such as here, to walk you through the page. So I'm going to try to deprecate the big video sticking out on the page. We have K suggested probiotics, and this is by using the DNA in your gut bacteria, and then seeing what is in the DNA of the probiotics, assuming, key thing, assuming that the probiotics has been correctly identified. And there is great concern with a lot of retail things. Generally, if the strain is specified on the bottle, you are reasonably assured. If the strain is not, you may well be getting the wrong species, literally the wrong species and strains than what is advertised. And that's being documented on several studies on the U.S. National Library of Medicine. There's no enforcement and no quality check on that by the U.S. government or almost any government. So, but it will go and tell you what it is and gives you the name of the retail product. And then we have the same thing with supplements, which list things which would appear from the information you're doing there. And then last thing we have is sharing your samples. So you can share it to one of the existing list of consultants, and that list I need to update is there. And you can email it, type in an email, and it'll be sent to that person. For example, the email of your MD, and it'll be sent directly there. And you can also remove it. If there's name there and you click remove, it will be done. So that is that, and update or delete samples. Here we have two, and it gives you things which are updated. You can update what date the sample was done on in case the data didn't come incorrectly. You can go and change the name and just do an update. And you could also go and do Smith. And now the names in your samples will show up differently. And it won't show up until you log off and log back on. So if I log off, there we go, John Doe and Mary Smith. So now I have more meaningful names connected to the samples. So that is the end of this video because I covered everything on that page.